Now, the last section of day one training. We had done MACD and we have seen MACD crossover. Now, how do now for example, visually I can see that Larsen and Toubro has given a positive crossover over here and maybe over here as well. But that's past. I would like to know the stocks which are giving a positive or a negative crossover right now as we speak. How do I get that? Here comes the technical query, the scanner, the most important, valuable part of any software. I come to query, technical query. There's possibility of 3 technical queries. I open only one. Now I get this box. Don't be confused. A lot of conditions, around 50 of them. And at the bottom there is something called relationship. So let me show you one by one. The first thing I'm going to do is tap on any condition twice. The moment I do that, I get the study setup. These are familiar to you because these are the indicators which are there in the software. Which indicator are we interested in? MACD. So let's say I type M, I go to MACD, MACD. I go to the parameters, I change them to E12, E26 and E9. In the which time frame? In the daily charts. I come to condition. Now this is where it gets a little interesting. What condition do you want to satisfy? The first one says cutting average upward. That is exactly what we want, that the MACD is cutting its average upward. That's the bullish crossover. I add it. This is a condition that I have added right now. Now I would want that when this crossover is happening, volumes are also higher than the previous bar, that the crossover is with high volumes. So volumes are what we are interested in. Come to the next condition, double tap. So we are in M, the MACDs. I type V and I go to volume. I come to volume, I go to parameter. Okay, fine, my MACD is on daily, my volume should also stay in daily. I come to condition and I see that there are multiple conditions that I can select. I can select rising for many bars, falling, up by certain percentage, above, below, higher than previous, N bars. If I add this, it will mean that today's volume is higher than what the volume was 5 days back. I would like that today's volume is higher than the previous volume. So I change 5 to 1. I added. Now what I have on my query are 2 conditions. These are, you can see here, conditions. Now what I'm going to do is, if I run it on a group, and let's say I go to the FNO universe, right? I have to say that, let's say if I want to satisfy them, I tick both of them. I want to satisfy condition. All right, ticked. FNO universe, fine, and I run. Now when I run this, within few seconds it will scan those 198 stocks and it will throw me those where there is a MACD crossover and where the volumes are higher than previous. But hold on, we want stocks like DVs where the crossover is happening and the volumes are also high. So yes in both, not these. I'm not interested in Castrol because wait, the volumes are high but MACD crossover has not happened. It has happened long time back. So we go back to the study section. There's something that we need to do here. We need a relationship, an ANDing of these 2 conditions. So what do? I first untick them. I don't want conditions separately. I want to satisfy a relation. Now I come down over here where there is a relationship and a description. How do I create this relationship? Simply come over here and type C0. C stands for condition number 0, this one. And with C0, what do you want? C0 and C1. What is C1? C1 is condition 1. Very simple, C0 and C1. MACD cross, let's say MACD by cross. Now what you have to do is select this relationship and now do a run. And there you go, DV's lab. It is giving a positive crossover with high volumes. Now can we quickly create a negative crossover with high volumes? Sure we can. Come to condition number 2, double tap, go to MACD, parameter, let's change it to the default E12, E26, E9. Let's stick to the daily time frame. So go to condition and say cutting average downward, and I add it. Now I need not add another condition for volumes because higher volumes are applicable both on the long as well as the short side. So I need not have another condition for volumes. The same thing does not matter. So I come to relationship over here and I say C2, condition 2 is MACD is cutting downward, and C1 again because C1 means volumes are higher, and I say here, write it down, MACD sell cross. Aesthetically inclined, you can change the colors which suits you best. So here I have on the daily time frame MACD with high volumes, run. There is no sell cross, I have only DVs buy cross. Now this I scanned on the daily chart. What if I want to scan it on a 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart? Is it possible? Let me show you how. Double tap on the first condition, go to the parameter, and over here you find daily. Change this to intraday. Make it 1.5. Add it. Once you add it, I would strongly suggest you read your condition. I15, that is intraday 15-minute period, the MACD indicator of E12, 26 and 9, cutting average upward. Perfect. Now with that, I would want the volumes also to be higher. So come to parameter and on the daily, make it intraday. By default 15 has come, add it. Again read it. Intraday 15 period, volume higher than previous 1 day, 1 bar. Perfect. Second one, the third one, that is daily, make it intraday and you add it, cutting average downward. Now when you run this, now it gives you 6 different stocks: Jindal Steel, Gen Irrigation, NHPC, SRF, Tata Steel and Voltas. But now you have scanned this, you've run this on a 15-minute chart. You cannot look into the daily chart. So change it to the intraday 15-minute chart. Control I will give you the intraday bar size. Make it 15 and there you go. There I see that in the 15-minute chart, it is giving me a buy cross. See, it's giving me a buy cross. Tata Steel is giving me a buy cross. SRF is giving me a buy cross, and so on and so forth. So if you have this technical query and you want to run it on a 15-minute or a 5-minute time frame, there are 2 ways to do it. Either you hit it, run like this, which I showed you, historical prices, or if you're getting real-time data, what you can do is just click on live query. Now you do not run it. Now see, the run has gone deactivated. You come over here, result live query. You open this and it will pop up those stocks which are satisfying your condition. Keep it on the side. Whenever any stock within your universe meets your criteria, it will pop up. So what we are doing over here is we are running a live query within real-time markets. If you don't want to run it live, what I will suggest is come back to the historical, and every time whenever you want to scan it, just hit manually run. It will scan and it will give you those names.